Yeah. What's up? What's good? What's poppin'? What's cracking? Percolate? What's really good in the hood? It is your Wakandan Griot Theo B, and we here to kick the bobo today. Yeah, it's Sunday. It is. It's Sunday. It's Sunday. Beautiful day outside and everything like that. Hopefully, it's beautiful where you are. Hopefully, wherever you are, you had the day off, right? So you can do whatever you want to do. If you did not have the day off, hopefully you getting off in about another hour or two, so you can some of the sunshine that's going on around here and everything like. But yeah, y'all see the title, y'all, because I've been seeing a lot of stuff. As a matter of fact, shout out to Kimoyo King because he's here already. He sent me a video, a link to a video. Matter of fact, quite a few people have been sending me links to videos and everything like that. You know, and I check them out. I do. Quite a few folks talking about it. Upset with cancellations regarding certain projects in the MCU. Bothered about that and everything. Quite a few people, social media influencers. One young lady I just got sent some information by is Kevin Feige MAGA. I didn't, you know, hey, y'all having a conversation. I'm like to watch. I'm just sitting back watching. Y'all having a conversation. But in the midst of folks having conversation, like I said, before we dive on into this, if you go ahead and hit that like button, yeah, if you could, because you know, I jump in, folks have a tendency to forget. Go ahead and hit that like button. So I got a question. As serious as cancer, who can make the average dancer? Yeah. What's going on, Kimoyo? Who can make the average dancer? So you know, I really don't know what my job is in this. Like, I don't know what my job description is. I'm like, well, you're not necessarily a comic book reviewer. Like, it's true. You're not necessarily a movie reviewer, which is also true. You're not necessarily a comic book critic. True. You're not necessarily a movie critic. It's true. You are a nerd, though. This is true. This is true. I am a nerd. I take pride in that. I take pride in that. And you are an observant person. You sit back and you read the room. You do. That's why folks call you the griot, because you sit back, watch, you retain stuff. This is true. This is true. So since the cancellation of Blade, which I don't believe that caught the Rock With Me Nation by surprise. I think the Rock With Me Nation knew last year Blade was canceled. If you wasn't rock with me like I was rocking with you back then, it might be a surprise, but I said 2 years ago Blade was canceled. So those that rock with me nation, they already knew. In regards to Wonder Man being canceled, I don't think anybody that's a member of the Rock With Me Nation is surprised that Wonder Man is canceled. No, I think we already knew what was going to happen with that and why that was going to happen, right? I think the question that many of us in the Rock With Me Nation had was, why was that brother playing the role of a B-list character, C-list? Because we always talk about certain folks from Wakanda, B-list, black character, C-list, and everything like that. Okay, well, Simon Williams ain't never been confused for the A-list. He ain't. As a matter of fact, some folks might argue Simon Williams did not get exciting until they paired him with one Hank McCoy. I ain't saying that. I'm just saying some folks can make that argument. Right. So we got that. Now, I be looking at certain stuff because I be like, you think it's an issue now. So you didn't catch that when James Rhodes just stayed paralyzed, when Sam couldn't afford a place to stick, but the Vision got some money. Now they telling you, well, Tony wasn't paying everybody. He said, okay, God, please, George, Jesus, have mercy, fix it. Anyway, folks then took to social media to voice their displeasure. Yeah, they have. Yeah, they have. I've seen quite a few of us that are comedians, jokers, if you will, not to be confused with the DC character, make comedic skits voicing our displeasure with the MCU. One dude, his skit was kind of funny. He was like, come on in, Kevin. I want to talk to you and everything like that. He put on some boxing gloves and everything like that. Mm-hmm. My question, though, is rhetorical. Before I get into it, I'm gonna greet everybody that pulled up. Now tell them what's going on. Groovy, baby, tonight. Really do like the way you groove me. Hey, it's a party now. Groovy P is in the building. What's going on, Groovy P? Now tell him, he that says I ask difficult questions. And my elder just pulled up Mr. Ray Smith. We can go ahead and go to church now. Yes, Lord have mercy. Let's go ahead and go to church. Anyway, so I want to know, because I've been seeing, male, female, black, white, Jew, Gentile, folks voicing their displeasure about the way the MCU treats certain characters and everything like that. My question is, because I'm not going to mention no names, but some of us have been upset with the MCU for quite some time now. And even though we don't mind letting everybody and their mama know how mad we are at the MCU, we still F with the MCU. It's folks that was mad about T'Challa being deleted, still consuming MCU stuff. Still, it's folks that was upset about T'Challa being mysteriously replaced in the first season of X-Men 97, still consuming MCU stuff. It's folks that was upset about Monica Rambeau and Frank Rambeau, still consuming MCU stuff. Yeah. And I'm of the mindset, folks that wanted Shorty to be the Black Panther just to find out she finna be replaced in Black Panther 3, still gonna wind up consuming MCU content. So my question is this: are you really mad? Let me put this in perspective for you, right? Y'all gonna like this one because I'm gonna throw myself in this one, and you just look at it for what it is. Now, when the Marvels came out, y'all gonna be like, here you go. No. When the Marvels came out, right? That movie, the Marvels, Monica, right? Kamala, Cara Danvers, right? How many folks got mad at me that weekend? Because, see, I'm of the mindset when you get mad at something or someone, you stop effing with them. I like this, right? Oh, I like this. I like this comparison. Oh, we can use this for a one-for-one comparison. Because, see, I know if you're mad at Theo, I know Theo ain't misrepresented you like the MCU represented you. But let's just say you got mad at Theo that weekend. What did you do to show Theo you was mad at him? Oh, I love that one. Was too easy. Father God, Lord have mercy, Jesus. That was too easy on a Sunday, wasn't it? What? It's folks that stopped talking to Theo, right? Because they was mad at Theo. Theo had said or done something unforgivable. It's crazy. Because I remember what Theo said. I don't know why Theo ain't mad at himself, because Theo actually included him in that. Right. But we think Theo done did. We think Theo done misrepresented black folks, black superheroes like the MCU has. Because quite a few folks got mad at Theo that weekend. And what was their response? Like when they got mad at Theo. Not saying they were right or wrong in getting mad at Theo. I'm saying, what did they do because they got mad at Theo? Didn't they stop associating with Theo? Stop talking to Theo, stop hanging out with Theo, didn't interact with Theo whatsoever. Damn sure didn't share none of Theo's content. That's what you do when you get mad at somebody. That's how you conduct yourself when you go above and beyond and let folks know you mad at them or you mad at somebody. You don't F with them no more. I can flip it and put it on me. Okay. Y'all know I don't F with certain folks that I don't like. I don't like them. Well, let me rephrase that. I don't like their actions. See there? That's better. I don't like their actions. Thus, I don't interact with them anymore. I low key to a degree don't mention their names and everything like that, because while we don't mind folks mentioning our names when we do something good, we're not necessarily wanting folks to. Well, let me rephrase that. We don't mind folks mentioning our names when they finna pay us a compliment. We don't want folks mentioning our names when they finna constructively criticize us. See, them two different things right there. But if we don't like them, what do we do? Shout out to Mr. Paul Martin. I know folks been complaining about the MCU since they deleted T'Challa and still went to go see Spider-Man Brand New Day. Okay, well, you wasn't that mad. That's how the MCU looking at it. You wasn't that mad. You wasn't that mad. I be trying to tell folks, they're like, so you really don't think, you mean to tell me this media corporation, you don't think they watching you? Like if your goal is to make an impact and you feel like you him or her, well, if you feel like you him or her, you think they don't see you? You think they ain't looking at you? Okay, well, if you feel like you him or her, you big dog. You big dog. So you need to know they looking at you. How seriously do you think they taking you when you bash their product verbally, publicly? You bash their product publicly and still go consume their product publicly. How serious are they taking you? Now, here's the other question I got. How serious should your fan base be taking you? If you griping, moaning, and complaining out loud, the MCU see you, hear you, read you complaining, groping out loud, and then you go do a video where you're covering their content out loud. How seriously should they take you? Will they take you seriously? Okay. Well, now them same fans, because see, I don't like being told to be mad about stuff. No, I like resolutions. I like answers. I don't like to be told to be mad all the time because that takes years off your life. And the older I get, the happier I want to be. So I'm not inclined to be complaining about something. No, we either gonna do something about it or we gonna stop talking about it. Okay, well, it's 2026. You know, the damnest thing is some of the same folks that was mad back in 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023. They still consuming MCU content, but now they telling folks to be mad while they still go consume MCU content. Can we make that make sense? Shout out to Plant Poppy. Shout out to International Delight. Yeah, you would be the sponsors for today's show. Yeah, I want to know how much sense that make. Cause this is no shade. I'm not throwing shade at nobody. This ain't me being accusatory. This ain't me. This is a safe space. But I just want us to know. I hear us talking. I read the comments from us. I feel the frustration. I do. But I do be asking myself, well, how much sense it make for you to be frustrated, complaining, and you still finna go watch it? I'm not finna judge you. I'm not. But I'm looking at folks, I'm like, that's wild. Because like I said, if you don't like, I know damn good and well in our lifetime, we didn't fell out with folks. We didn't fell out with folks. They didn't did something we don't like. They didn't done something we don't like. And we stopped dealing with them. Now, mind you, they did something to us that we didn't like, and I don't necessarily know if we was paying for it. It's one thing for somebody to do something you don't like and it was free. It's another one for somebody to do something you don't like and you the one paying for it. And you've been the one paying for it since when? 2008? My brother D. Steezle said you get the representation you settle for. You know, we said in 2021, we said if they don't give two damns about deleting the #1 black superhero across the world, we said that. Why some folks were saying it was just a mantle. We was okay, it could be just a mantle, but the most popular person to put said mantle on just also happens to be the #1 black superhero across the world. I'm sorry. You can say mantle, you can, but the #1 person, the #1 black superhero to put that mantle on just so happens to be T'Challa. That's the most significant Black Panther. That is the most significant Black character. We asked the question, well, if we gonna let them do that, if they will do that to that character, what you think they'll do to everybody else? We asked that question. Blade would fall into the category of everybody else. He would. Even though he ain't got no business being in that category, Simon Williams would fall under the category of anybody else. James Rhodes would fall into the category of anybody else. Everybody else is literally that. You got T'Challa and everybody else. And see, the thing is, while you might not know that as a movie stand, every nerd knows that. And every nerd said that. Every nerd said that. You notice I'm staying right there with every nerd said that if you let them F with him in ways they've never F with anybody else, you can stand by on how they finna treat everybody else. You see Luke Cage show up looking dapper and Don and everything, and the mother of his child looking thrown away. And I know damn good and well there are black men out there that are married to white women, and they like, ain't no way in hell. I ain't no way in hell I'm coming home looking like that and she looking like that. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Okay. Did you say something? Did Michael Coulter say anything? Did anybody say anything in wardrobe? No damn good and well Kevin didn't say nothing. Okay. Well, I've been saying since 2021 when we started bumping, why was James Rhodes still paralyzed from the waist down? And I've been literally calling it out year after year after year. We're going on year 11. You know how we got T'Challa and Nakia to have a child off panel? We can't get James Rhodes healed off panel. You say you're mad. When you get mad. Because who was angry when Angela Bassett no longer had a job at the MCU? I know who was. I know who wasn't. Now, did you complain about Angela Bassett's character being deleted and still keep consuming MCU content? I'm just asking questions because as a football fan, I done seen the players strike. I'm talking about the players in the National Football League. Yeah, I'm old enough to see them strike. And the owners cave in. Yeah, I've seen that. I'm old enough to remember when Donald Sterling said something he ain't had no business saying. Dude used to own the Los Angeles Clippers, and all the Clippers walked out and threw their uniforms in the middle of the court. They're like, "You gonna do something? We're not playing today." I'm old enough to remember a dude complaining about Coca-Cola having changed the formula. On each occasion, them folks wasn't just mad. No, they wasn't just mad. They wasn't just mad. No, they did something. They did something. They did something. You know what they did? Somebody ain't seen us do collectively yet as a people. Mind you, hold on, help me out. Didn't we get mad at Target? No, for real, help me out. Didn't we get mad at Target? We went, I think we went public with it, right? One folks doing reaction videos and everything like that, talking about black folk mad at Target. Okay, hold on. One we just mad at the Asian businesses and everything like that. One we just mad at that, doing all these reaction videos and everything like that, for content, because we're not necessarily doing it for knowledge, we're doing it for content. Okay, okay, never mind. I guess my question would be is can those black folks that's offended by the MCU do the same thing that those black folks that were offended by Target did? Can they do that? Can they do that? Can the same black folk that was offended about how Asian business owners were treating black folk, can they do the same thing? Will they do the same thing for the MCU that they were doing for Asian businesses? I just got a question. Because see now, a mother mind said if you go into Target, you need something. Not want something, you need something. A mother mind said that if you go into the Asian hair salon, you need something. Going to watch an MCU movie, I don't necessarily know if I can qualify that as a need. I don't necessarily know if I can qualify that as a need. And if you are a content provider, well, I don't think I'm better than you. A mother mind said you can generate your own content on your own without having to deal with the MCU if you're offended. See what I said? I said if you're offended by the MCU, if you're not offended by what the MCU has done, keep doing you. But if you done ask questions about black projects being canceled, being taken off the table, and you still consuming MCU content, I mean, if you consuming the content and you posting videos with you consuming the content, and because they know, I don't want you thinking they don't know. They know. Wouldn't you want to know? Okay, well, why should they be pressed? Why should they be pressed? Shout out to Exactly E, shot Big Jaw and everything like that. She said when they introduced Aurora, because she went to go see Spider-Man, the latest Spider-Man movie, she want them to be comic book accurate. Or now you want them to be comic book accurate. You want them to be comic book accurate now with a black character. Why should they care that you want them to be comic book? You ain't held their feet to the fire with any other black character. No, what you've shown them is that you will accept anything they give you. In essence, you can sit up here and complain about you don't want Aurora to be light-skinned. Safe to say, you've always seen them movies with Aurora in them, and she light-skinned. You're gonna see this one too. You say you want to be comic book accurate. What you gonna do if Aurora is from Wakanda? Say, oh well, say it don't matter. Because see, that's the thing that we like saying. It don't matter. Okay, it don't matter now. It will at some point. It's just gonna be too late then. I'm gonna keep up with these notes. I'm gonna get on up out of here. Now, I'm hoping ain't nobody take this video personal. No, you got a right to do what you gonna do. I just don't know why we keep complaining, because that's a waste of time. Find something else. Do a video about something else. Stop doing video about Marvel this way, that way, and then no. Hold on. This right here. I found it. I was looking for the can opener. I found it. I was looking for the can opener. I found it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My heart fell. I didn't know if something happened.
No, we good. We Gucci.
Okay.
All right.
Okay,
bye. Yeah, I was looking for the can opener. But yeah, like I said, I this ain't me judging. This ain't me judging. Actually, this is actually me accepting some stuff. That is actually what this is. This is actually me accepting some stuff, realizing some stuff. Like, it really is me sitting back, like, because I do a lot of reflecting. There's some people that feel the way I do. Black characters, right? We consume what we consume. We love saying we got it at the house. That's my tribe. That's my crew. And I like my crew. I wish my crew was bigger. I do. Because I believe if the tribe was bigger, we could absolutely affect change. See what I'm saying? We could affect change and get what we want. But you know, hey, you got to crawl before you walk. You got to crawl before you walk. So that is what that is. Now, there are some people that I have respect for. They're going to keep consuming MCU content. And I ain't mad at that. I mean, I'm disappointed. That's the word I'm looking for. I'm disappointed because they'll tell me they finna go watch it on one hand, and then on the other hand, complain about some stuff. And I'm like, that's like complaining, fellas. We talk, fellas, ladies. That's like complaining about your mate cheating on you all the time, but you constantly going back. Like, when do you teach your mate not to do that? Because just going back ain't it. Same thing. We keep going back. I'm like, okay, all right. And I've accepted it. I've accepted. I'm like, okay, that's what that is. But now, in me accepting it, here's what I need you to accept. In you accepting whatever they give you, you're never going to get what you think you want. You're not. The fact that you're complaining about it right now, because we told you this a long time ago, the fact that you complaining about it right now and still talking about this, that's the other saddest thing in the world too. To see so many people complaining about how their characters have been mistreated, but you still talking about going to the movie theater in December. You still going to the movie theater. You can't wait. Some of y'all already got y'all tickets. Some of y'all that already seen Endgame because they're gonna add some scenes to it. You finna go see Endgame again. But you mad though. I don't get that. I don't get it. I'm gonna keep up with these notes and I'm gonna get on up out of here. I don't get that. I don't get that. Not telling Kimoyo, my elder, Mr. Ray Smith, sent me 10 Juju. Appreciate that, Mr. Smith. Everybody up in the building. Question Theo, what's the MCU, Mr. Smith? Hold on. Mid comic book utilization. That's what the MCU stand for when it comes to me. Mid comic book mid comic book utilization. Oh, because I ain't being represented like I'm supposed to. Give me one second. I ain't being rep like I'm supposed to. Coming back. You know what? This is a great day. Yeah. Mid comic book utilization. I like that name right there. Mid comic book utilization. My brother D Real is in the building. What is going on, brother? My fault for not being able to get in on the live. Oh man, I would have liked to have gotten up on that live, but it was actually you and Lonnie's conversation Friday night. They had me just sit back, think about it and everything like that. Because the thing is, we grown and everything like that. We grown and we ain't got to always be doing the same thing. But you know, coolness is cool, and Lonnie is a cool dude, and it just made me sit back. I was like, okay, I know how he feels. He's a black independent writer. He got his own comic book and everything like that. And I know the question that I asked him, and I asked quite a few people that question when they are a creator, and I could be wrong, but when you create something that's your baby, that is your baby, and I know my opinion is this: we are protective of our children. We're protective of our creations, and we even have a story that's out there right now, Blood and Bone, where you have the woman, the young lady that wrote it. She's protective of her creation. She doesn't want her creation misrepresented. So when I know the question that I be asking, and I be asking that question for a reason. I'm a creator like most of us are and everything like that. And you're not going to let somebody arbitrarily just misrepresent your creation. I know the answers that we give. I think we give them answers to a degree because we don't want to. I know we want to go see the MCU. I do. I know that, but you're not going to let somebody change your creation. You just not. That's your baby. You love it as you should. You're going to be very, very protective of your baby, your creation, and how somebody tries to change the key elements of it. And that's perfectly fine, as you should be. Well, we know there have been key elements, and I think that's what we be trying to say, because we know there are key elements that have been changed in regards to our characters, those that look like us, those that represent us. And to a degree, we want to make it okay with ourselves and going to go see it. You want to make it okay with yourself. You can go see it, but everything we go see ain't right. Like, we need to understand that everything we see ain't meant to be seen, or we just go do some stuff. Well, it's kind of like that. So yeah, MCU minus coherent understanding. I like that. That's my brother Dara dropping that down. Now tell him, said, and now instead of keeping Shuri as Black Panther or recasting T'Challa, they said you would be neither and instead a replacement for both characters. That's going to be using. I don't know how anybody says they want Toussaint. They're okay with Toussaint, but they want T'Challa stories through Toussaint. Or they're okay with Shuri stories through Toussaint. Or they're okay with Toussaint dating Aurora. I'm like, well, then you don't want Toussaint. You want T'Challa. That's what you're saying. Because you ain't ever gonna accept Bruce's stories through Richard. You're not gonna accept Clark's stories through Carl. Boy, hush. Okay. I'm back. So even that rationality doesn't make sense. You're not going to accept Tony's stories through Riri Williams. You're not going to accept Tony's stories through James Rhodes. Armor Wars. That would have been a Tony Stark story. But now, if you call yourself a fan of James Rhodes, why would you want Tony's story told through James? Are you really a James Rhodes fan? And are you really mad they canceled Armor Wars? Or are you really mad? Because I would have thought you would have been mad that they were going to tell Tony's story through James. You don't want James to get his own story? Or you just don't care? Like these Steezle say, you get the representation you settle for. Now I tell him, says everybody else includes Shooter as well, because she about to be replaced by Cougar's creation. So we can't have nothing. Yes, Shooty is indeed on that list when it comes to everybody else. Prodigy is on that list. Sync is on that list. Monet is on that list. Sam Wilson is on that list. We don't need that like that. Yeah, he on that list. M'Baku on that list. Ain't he the clown prince of Wakanda? There you go. The person responsible for the quote, Mr. D. Steezle himself. Yeah. That's him. You get the representation you settle for. Well, I think it's safe to say we've been settling for a lot, ain't we? How many heroes could we have had as opposed to the ones we don't have? 8 Lamar Hoskins. Ain't we supposed to have another dude that's like a super soldier along with Isaiah? Ain't supposed to be Lamar? Now here we go. If you didn't get mad about that one, so let me just want to say here now, you didn't get mad about Frank Rambo. You didn't get mad about Monica Rambeau. You didn't get mad about Adam Bashir. You Didn't get mad about Sam Wilson. Didn't get mad about Isaiah Bradley. No, you just kept consuming content, and they was watching the message boards. They was watching the message boards and saw us not being mad. Okay, well, all we did was encourage. Now we mad? I seen Tony Baker just recently do a video. You know, him and Kev on stage. And yeah, Tony, this one I be looking like, I really do wish y'all were either A, comic book fans like y'all claim y'all are, or B, talk to somebody that is. When did Blade get announced? Because Tony mad now. Now Tony is suggesting Blade 1, Blade 2. What was the nerds? How long the nerds been suggesting Blade 1, Blade 2? Let's see, Tony can't suggest this right here because Tony don't read comic books. Quite a few of these folks that love talking about comic book news don't read comic books. Tony ain't mentioned Brian Hill's run. That's set up. There's another alternate, another option. But when did they get, now you mad? Meanwhile, Nerd's been telling y'all for the longest time, we ain't got to do this. Blade 1, Blade 2, Brian Hill. We unanimously said not the third Blade movie. All of us said that, whether you're a comic book nerd or not that one. But comic book nerds been telling you the first Blade movie, the second Blade movie, or do that, adapt that 10-issue run. Who we heard from? When Kevin Feige came out there and said they were struggling to find a story, a script, how many nerds and or blurs said something? Hey, Brian Hill run, sit right there. When folks keep saying they don't like comic books, I just want you to know, you saying you black and you don't like comic books, but you got so much to say about comic books, you part of the problem. You part of the problem as to why you're not going to get the representation you want on the screen. You don't know what you're looking at. You don't know what you're looking at. So they can give you any damn thing whenever they decide to give you any damn thing, and you going to take it. You don't know Luke Cage's origin story. You don't know Jon Stewart's origin story. You don't know Jefferson Pierce's origin story. You don't know Misty Knight's origin story. You don't know Luke Cage's origin story. You don't know Sam Wilson's origin story. You don't know T'Challa's origin story. You don't know Night Thrasher's origin story. I could keep doing this all day, every day, twice on Sunday. You don't know Bishop's origin story. You don't know Bishop got a sister named Char. You don't know Aurora's origin story. I literally could keep doing this all day, because while you don't know, and you perfectly fine with not knowing, you casually know the origin stories of most, if not all, the white major characters. Casually. And you're going to keep being dismissive about it, but then try and figure out why you're not getting what you think you want. You don't want it. What's going on, Rocky Lake? Rocky Lake is in the building. What's going on, brother? Appreciate you pulling up. The only way things change is when we withhold our dollars. Come on, somebody. Other than that, we might as well shut up complaining about how they do black superhero movies and TV show. Come on. Come on now. Talk your talk. Talk your talk. Because you ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. I'm not with that complaining. I don't complaining for what for? Complaining for what? What I look like complaining about how the MCU is doing black superhero, but I'm finna cover X-Men 97. I'm finna cover every show they drop on Disney Plus, and I'm finna cover the MCU. How much sense that make? Didn't I say I don't like the MCU? That's like saying you don't like this young lady because she don't treat you right, but you constantly blowing up her phone, constantly taking, you paying for everything, but you don't like her. You don't like the way she treating you, but you digging in your pockets. What I said to myself was this, and this ain't me poking no fun. This me having a realization. It really, really is. I've come to realize, because I asked the question, it's a rhetorical question. We're not mad. We not mad. We not mad. And I gotta say, we not mad as a people. So I say we, so I'm throwing myself in there. We not mad. We not mad. We not mad, and we need to stop telling folks we give a damn. Like, let's stop saying that. You don't give a damn about Jefferson Pierce. You don't give a damn. If you gave a damn about Jefferson Pierce, you would have watched the last season of Black Lightning if for no other reason, just loyalty. Like, you know, damn that, we ain't got nobody else out here. We finna watch this. We gonna complain about the writer, and hopefully they bring in a better writer. But no, I ain't Black Lightning this, Black Lightning that. They ain't make it about the writer. We made it about the character. We ain't make it about the showrunner. We made it about the guy, man. Black Lightning season 3 sucked. As if we ain't watched other programming that sucked that did not feature us. But anyway, yeah. We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. We was more angry about folks saying they wanted a recast than angry about the person saying we're gonna get a sequel. Like, that just flew over everybody's head. Like, damn. So it's disrespectful to mention a recast, but it's not disrespectful to mention a sequel. That's crazy. We didn't want to wait 5 years, 6 years, but wait, it's still disrespectful to recast T'Challa. Well, damn it, it wasn't disrespectful to recast Clark Kent, and we went to go see that. And here's the shame of it all. How many people that then went to see every version of Clark Kent, regardless, know Clark Kent's origin story? Know the name of his real parents, know the name of his adopted parents, know the name of the place his ship crash landed in. They know the state. They know the newspaper this dude didn't work at. They know his homegirl. They know the dude that run the newspaper. Know the dude that was getting it, his best friend and everything. Know all that. Don't know a damn thing about T'Challa. Don't know a damn thing about Luke Cage. Don't know a damn thing about Sam Wilson, Misty Knight, Aurora. Every time somebody say something like this, Aurora from Africa. Every time we ask that question, why do so many black superheroes have electrical-based abilities? When those of us who thought we was cool was asking the question, why was Michael Holt listening to opera when he was fighting? When folks said anybody and their mama can be a Black Panther, including M'Baku and Okoye. But we know everything else about everybody else's character, though. Know everything. I appreciate you pulling up. Rocky. Appreciate that, big dog. T'Challa, no dollar still. All day, every day, twice on Sunday. Can't spend my money. Kimoyo said, the very folks who argue with us are now parroting what we have said since Phase 4 started. Like I said, I know we said we was mad. The Rock we said we mad. My brother Dara, T'Challa no dollar. That was recast T'Challa or T'Challa no dollar. That's what that was. And we said, okay, we good. You don't want to recast T'Challa? Say less. We got Wakanda at the house. See, that was our thing. We said we got Wakanda at the house. We got more knowledge of Wakanda at the house. We got more care and concern of Wakanda at the house. Thus, we don't need to rely on the MCU. But that statement was all encompassing. We got the MCU at the house. No, damn that. We got Marvel Comics at the house. And we got more care, concern, and knowledge for those characters than anybody has displayed at the MCU. Thus, we don't have to wait on the MCU for nothing. No. We don't. And we're not going to regurgitate nonsense just to be famous, for clicks and views. We're not gonna do that, because the character stories mean as much to us as some other character stories mean to them. I'm in the hotel. Spider-Man Brand New Day was just dropped on YouTube last week. Yeah, somebody dropped that whole movie on YouTube. I said that to say this. I ain't got to look for MCU content, and I'm damn sure not to pay for MCU content. I'm not, when I ain't getting the representation of me, because that's like me encouraging them. I'm not finna do that. And I damn sure ain't finna do that when folks, you see how I just said that movie was on YouTube last week for free. Yeah, my wife was able to watch it. Yeah. Right there. I'm not paying for that. I'm not paying for that. Was that not another race swap character in Spider-Man Brand New Day? So in essence, I ain't in Spider-Man Brand New Day at all. At all. Okay. Well, I'm too old to keep paying for stuff I ain't in. I'm too old to keep paying for stuff that ain't got nothing to do with me. I didn't pay enough for Spider-Man. I got enough Spider-Man action figures at the house. I got my own damn Into the Spider-Verse. So I ain't got to do that. No, I'm checking for Theo. I'm checking for Theo and those that look like Theo. Right. That's what that is. That's what that is. And I don't care if them characters are in America, in Europe, or in Africa. I'm checking for the characters that look like me. And I ain't finna keep complaining about them characters that don't look like me. Why? Because we got it at the house. We got it at the house. Let me come back to my brother Steezle. I'm getting a kick out of these detractors now crying foul and boycotts over Toussaint replacing Shooty. Blade and Wonder Man's cancellation after all these years. Wonder Man was the last straw. And I'm sitting up here like, the fact that you complaining about Wonder Man being canceled, but you ain't complaining about Yahya Abdul-Mateen not playing Adam Bashir, that's wild. You complain about the wrong thing. You complain about the wrong thing. You don't see it, but you was happy with that. Like, we gonna give you Wonder Man. That's gonna be your black character. Simon Williams is not my black character. Simon Williams don't rep me. He don't. He ain't sitting up under no suntan, no lamp in the 616. Simon, no. And they've actually had a character. What was his name? The Fixer or whatever. The dude, Mark 1, Mark 2, Mark 1, Mark 2, whatever the dude name from, he actually went up on changed from a white person to a black person. I ain't doing this over here with Simon Williams. Oh, Yahya Abdul-Mateen. Yahya Abdul-Mateen. Why can't Yahya Abdul-Mateen be Adam Bashir? Why can't Yahya Abdul-Mateen be a younger version of Bill Foster? You know who knew all that? The nerds did. You know who didn't say anything? Those that just want to be content influencers. Can y'all tell me what my job is? Because I don't know what my job, I don't know what my description is. Folks be asking me, what do you do on YouTube? And I really don't know, other than griot. Because y'all tell me in the comments exactly what, because I know it ain't comic book reviewer. And I don't think just social media influencer. I don't think that's it either. Moving right along, let me see here. My brother Daryl says exactly, lack of learning is not an excuse for not learning. I like that. Them folks are shields. They can't generate any content on their own. They need MCU to do it. See, I feel what you're saying. I do. I feel what you're saying. But if I go back to that weekend, right? If I go back to that weekend, what came out that Monday? There was some talent there because there was some editing done and everything like that. There was some thought went into that. Like, I could fully appreciate the video that was done. I'm like, okay, well, you put some talent into this one. They had the voiceover and everything like that. So you don't think you talented. That's what I'm looking at. Like, you don't think you talented. Like, you think you got to rely on the MCU. No, you don't. Hold on. You gonna get hurt. And that would be my words of encouragement to everybody. Like, you don't need them. Like, even one of the dudes, like, bro, we was reviewing comic books that had nothing to do with the MCU. You don't need the MCU to do that. And then there's a plethora of entertainment news out there where you really can't stand on your own. So I'm not gonna say they need the MCU to be relative. I'm not them whether I agree with what they're doing or not, man. Them, if you doing it, you got some talent. If you doing it, you credible. You think you need the MCU. You don't. That's why I'm hanging my head at. No, you think you need the MCU. You don't. Because what if the MCU wasn't here? What would you be doing then? But that's me though. That's how I feel about it. We complain as much as them folks do. We know they hate us. We hate ourselves. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't. I wish I knew. I wish I had an idea. I don't have a clue. I've just come to accept some stuff, Kimoyo. And what I've come to accept is we ain't mad. It sound good. We not mad. we not mad, and I ain't finna be mad. I don't know. I know why I'm not finna be mad, because I got it at the house. That's why I'm not finna be mad. And I know folks like Mr. Ray Smith, my brother Dara, yourself, Diabolical, and everything like that, Ronnie. We all working toward getting that representation in our home, so we don't have to be waiting on years or months to see Black characters be represented. We just walk in our office, walk in our house, and we got it. So I just want us to be real with ourselves. And it ain't, like I said, this ain't judging, this ain't bashing, this ain't knocking nobody. This is me coming to a realization. We not mad. We not mad. And we might be disappointed. You might be disappointed individually, but the question you got to ask yourself is, are you really, really mad at the MCU if you finna keep effing with them? Because like I said, I know folks got mad at me over a weekend. They don't F with me no more. And I don't think I didn't did anything as bad to you as the MCU. I know one person or two cut me off, and I ain't even mention them. I'm like, well, damn, I ain't even talk about you. Well, damn, if you got mad at me and I ain't even mention your name that weekend and you cut me off, okay, so I don't know how to feel about it. You mad at you more mad at me than you are at the MCU. I don't know how to feel about that, but if that's what that is, God bless you. No, Rafi say brand new day is also on Twitter right now. What you say, Steezle? That's it. They just know Aurora grew up there. I'm telling you, Ryan Coogler gonna have that young lady sitting up there talking about she from Wakanda. And because he's Ryan Coogler, he can't do no wrong. Can't do no wrong. So if you come out and you say something, you either gonna get told to go to HE double hockey sticks, or they gonna say it don't matter. It's not that big of a deal. It's crazy how Black representation is never that big of a deal until it's that big of a deal. But hey, I got a roar at the house. I'm good. What you say, Kimoyo go? We celebrate it. Let me see here. And for the free, I believe you, big dog. Now, Teller says, I'm currently trying to learn how to make a Black Panther short film with AI, making it comic accurate, good looking, fan fiction. We need more of that. Go and we celebrate it all day. Rafi Lake, Steezle said he downloaded it. Oh, Lord. Now, Teller says, big facts. Wonder Man was the final straw. A race swap is what made y'all mad, bro. A cancellation of a race swap. That's what's funny. That's what's funny to me. We mad about the cancellation of a race swap. And folks gonna live. Oh man, no, you mad about the wrong damn thing. you mad about the wrong thing. So you mad that they canceled the TV show? Of the character that they race swap for the TV show. Because you're not gonna ask why the black actor wasn't portraying the black character. You ain't mad about that one. You mad that they canceled the TV show where a high profile black actor was playing a B-list, C-list white character. That's what you mad about. You can't make this stuff up. You can't. Oh, Rafi say, I ain't mad at you, D. Steezle. Nice. Let me see. Rafi said you still. Yeah, man, we in here. We try to be. D. Steezle, thank you. We got it at the house all day, every day. Yeah, disappointed in general, but not surprised one bit. Yeah, right there. And I think that's where I'm at with it. First of all, I appreciate y'all pulling up. All y'all stayed around and everything like that. If you hadn't hit that like button, please go ahead and hit that like button before you forget. If you're here for the first time, you don't mind subscribing. That is how we pay bills. This is my coming to Jesus moment. this my coming to Jesus moment. I'm not gonna be mad like some other folk want to be mad. I'm not. I'm gonna still do my Black Panther thing along with my brother Daryl. We're still gonna do our black character representation thing, but as far as being mad about what the MCU ain't doing for black characters, I'm gonna say it like this: we still ain't got James Rhodes, so that would have been the first Iron Man movie. They ain't do nothing with Gabe, the character that Derek Luke played in Captain America: First Avenger. They, I think Gabe Jones. They ain't do nothing with that dude. You supposed to see that dude with some vibranium in his hand. You ain't get that. They didn't do anything for us when it came to the first Avengers movie, right? We didn't get no representation as far as T'Challa being responsible for that Quinjet. We didn't get no representation doing doing Captain America: Winter Soldier. When Sam was flying around, we didn't get no mention. Once again, those are two T'Challa tributes. We're not getting that. We get T'Challa's origin story effed over in Age of Ultron, and still to this day, in 2026, as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to any Black Panther fan, whether you be a MCU fan or a comic book fan, there's not enough outrage in regards to that, because that's your heroes, that's your character's origin story being effed over in a way you would never experience Spider-Man nor Batman's origin story be effed over, and you took it. In regards to Age of Ultron, once again, the only thing you got James Rhodes, who does pop up in that movie, is saying, "Boom, you looking for this?" That's it. That's the relevance. Boom, you looking for this. When you look at Fastos, the Eternals movie, a movie that was greenlit and fast tracked by a black executive, Nate Moore, Fastos was switched over from being a heterosexual male to a homosexual male. Nerds know that 90% of the Eternals are heterosexual, which leaves 10% of the Eternals as members of the LGBTQ plus. If we can invent a new character for a movie like Black Panther, then we can invent a new black character that's a gay character for the Eternals. We never did it. You ain't hear nobody black be outraged by it. Speaking of Njobu, Njobu is not the uncle of T'Challa. That is not T'Challa's brother. We sat there, we took it, we absorbed it from Black Panther as Black Panther fans, and ain't nobody say not one damn word. We sat up there and none of us were outraged about T'Chaka deleting Njobu. We went along with it and said, "Oh, it fits the script." No, it didn't. We just black trauma porn for no reason whatsoever. Then we sat down there and we wanted to say Eric was this person and that person. I'm looking at women because I'm like, did we not see this dude delete his own damn woman when clearly based on his area of expertise, he should have been able to delete Claw and miss his woman. But stay right there. When was it Eric's job to delete Claw? Is Claw not a T'Challa villain? Is that not T'Challa's main antagonist? Does Claw not play an instrumental role in T'Challa's origin? Yes, he does. Who's mad? Who's throwing up a flag? Who's making it a point of concern? No. So we've been effing over T'Challa way before the late great actor passed away. I don't want to do that. And then we sit up there and we talk about Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Okay, why do we arbitrarily make Bucky Hunter? And what happened to Lamar Hoskins? Give me the black person that lost their cookies when Lamar Hoskins was deleted. Or did we just say that's okay too? We literally had, when folks talk about Brother Voodoo, Brother Voodoo's older brother popped up in the first Doctor Strange movie. He did. So when we ask where's Brother Voodoo, there's a great question. Ask where he been. But these are questions that anybody that's a comic book nerd could ask in regards to the MCU. Why is Sam Wilson broke? Why the Vision got money? The Vision can afford a lot of land. Why Sam can't even afford to get his boat fixed? While being an Army veteran with USAA and Navy Federal sitting right there, this dude having been a VA counselor in Washington, D.C., where he ain't getting paid chump change. Ain't nobody black raised not one damn eyebrow. We can't even get a flashback scene with Lamar Hoskins. Who mad? I'm sorry, not Lamar Hoskins. We can't get a flashback scene with Isaiah Bradley taking on Bucky. But we can get flashback scenes with everybody else, though. We sitting up here mad that Jonathan Majors ain't Kang. Kang ain't black. Why he couldn't be Moses Magnet? Are we sitting up here? No, let him be Kang. Let him be Kang. Let him be Kang. What about Moses Magnet? Why he can't be him? Being so in your feelings that he ain't playing a character. You know how many damn me and Dara can tell you this. Do you know how many damn stories they drop featuring Kang during and after Jonathan Majors portrayed him and Kang still white in the comic books? Still white in the comic books. Ain't got darker or nothing. Ain't sat up under no suntan lamp or nothing. White with a goatee, looking more like Tony Stark than anybody that's black. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. You got to get my comment, a Hollywood actor comedy with zero action. Let me get back. Let me see. My brother Darren say he's trying. Yeah, we trying. We trying to stay there. Trying to stay knowledgeable. Yeah, disappointing general, but not surprised one bit. A Hollywood actor comedy with zero action. Yep, got to get my comics packed up. I was 100% on board during phase 1. Feige made bad decisions during phase 2. Owens prepared me for December 2020. Yep. Joe James is 2 different fandoms. Good luck at whatever side you on when it comes to Black Panther. And that's crazy. Because Joe, I can't tell you that you're wrong, but why is it 2 different fandoms though? Because one fandom knows his origin, but the other fandom doesn't. I ain't got that problem with Superman. The Batman fans know Bruce's origin, whether they movie fans or comic book fans. Mind you, when I say Batman fans, I didn't mention race. See, I did that. I didn't mention race. So you got some folks that know more about characters that don't look like them, and they just go to the movies than they know about any character that look like them, point blank, period, and now they mad. You mad about what? I thought you said you didn't care. I thought you said it wasn't that big of a deal. I thought you said this was an alternate universe. I thought you said everybody didn't wear that mantle. I thought you said it was just a mantle. I thought you said it didn't have to be 1 for 1. I heard all that, and all we kept saying to you was they not respecting the source material. But you didn't care about the source material. Well, the character is black in the source material, and the character does certain things in the source material that you as the general audience you would enjoy just like you enjoy stuff from other source material as a member of the general audience. See, you like that stuff. But over here with this character, I don't know why it ain't that big of a deal. Okay. Okay. It ain't for me to argue with you. What say, Joe Jane? We good over here? It's the larva that going. We good. I'm gonna drop my comic book reviews. We're gonna talk about action figures and everything like that. There, we're gonna talk about some old Black Panther stories, for instance. Y'all peep that out. T'Challa had the mask, the half mask for a few issues, and then just put it back on. Y'all peep that. And y'all peep out how Clint called himself trying to bash T'Challa and everything like that, but how Hank Pym and Steve ain't hearing none of that. Like, no, bro, I don't know what you're talking about. He nice with it. He nice. Cap, I bet you that's crazy. For you to be glazing a dude and for the dude to tell you essentially stop glazing me because you don't know what you're talking about. And then how we get T'Challa? We get T'Challa going from the Fantastic Four to Captain America to the Avengers. You know who don't talk about stuff like that? See, we can't talk about this with everybody else. we can't have conversations like this with everybody. We can say, you remember when T'Challa took on the X-Men when he was with the Avengers? Yeah, man. It was just 4 of them, wasn't it? Wasn't it just 5? No, 4. T'Challa, because we can do this, play this out with our action figure collection now, right? T'Challa, Hawkeye, Giant Man, and the Wasp. Yeah, but you see, you can't have a conversation like this with nobody else. You can't talk about Claw. Let me see. I'm only keeping Disney Plus because I do like Daredevil, and I can go previous seasons of it. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia on it. You ain't wrong, Mr. Martin. You ain't wrong at all. Some of us maintain Disney Plus. Avengers, Earth, Mighty Heroes. We stay right there. You ain't finna get no credit for me watching nothing else. Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes, right there. But then again, they got those episodes on YouTube now. Let me see. Now tell them, said, how do I pre-order that Black Panther figure with the Infinity Gauntlet? Right on. Now tell them. August 13th, 1 p.m. Amazon exclusive, North America exclusive. I look to see you there. I look to see you there, as well as my other fellow Black Panther fans. Yeah. Regardless of whether you're an MCU fan or a comic book fan. You say you're a Black Panther fan, right? Right. Okay, well. I'm looking out for all of us. I know where I sit on in this, but see, as a Black Panther comic book fan, I'm not waiting till 2028 to get my Black Panther content because low key I provide it, right? And so, but hey, Teachey on. Let me see. Disney Plus is the easy way to not spend money on the MCU. Man, look at him. I love me some Avengers Assemble. No, that's not Lord Jesus have mercy. Please forgive me. I love me some Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes. And I think whether we comic book fans or non-comic book fans, I think if we watch that animation, I think we all agree that one was better than the second one. Okay, well, there's common ground. There's common ground. But look, we are at an hour. I came over here for a good time, not to be confused with a long time. And I did not come over here to make anybody feel bad. No, I came to ask a very valid question. Are we mad or not? As a whole, if I'm stepping back looking at this as a whole, and when I say as a whole, I'm talking about the demographic that loves Black superheroes. We're not mad. We might be bothered. We might be disappointed, but we're not mad. I know what that is. And I think we all know individually what mad is. If you've gotten mad with someone, you don't F with them no more. If you got mad at something, you don't F with it no more. You don't. I know for a fact there are folks that got mad at me and my brother. We speaking from personal experience. YouTubers, social media influencers that got mad at us and no longer F with us. Okay. You see where we at with it? That's a logical move. You mad at somebody, you stop effing with them. Okay, well, it's quite a few folks swear they mad at the MCU right now, calling the MCU racist, saying Kevin Feige is a member of MAGA and all that other stuff. Okay, I'm not saying that. Okay, well, if you didn't told folks this and you didn't said all that, then do you really mean it or you just talking? You can do either or. Like I'm just saying, like that. There's no right or wrong answer. It's a rhetorical question. Are you really mad at the MCU or not? Just know actions speak louder than words. I'm gonna keep up with these last few notes, and I'm gonna dip on up out of here. Also, y'all check out. I did drop Avengers, the latest issue of Avengers with T'Challa in it and everything like that. I did drop the Ultimates number 10, 7. I think that's what that is, number 7. No, the Ultimates number 10, as well as Secret Wars number 7. And I'm probably gonna maybe tomorrow jump into this thing and let's just discuss some of them older issues and everything like that, featuring our favorite superhero, T'Challa, aka Son of T'Chaka. Let me get this right here. Mr. Martin said, what's frustrating that most of us here could come up with scripts for MCU movies and shows that can make it minimum 500 mil, even if we slightly deviate from source, which is why I stick to the fan fiction. So that's why I stick to the fan fiction. I'm not. The best way I can say it is this. I'm happy for Spider-Man fans. Like what Spider-Man fans are getting right now is what Spider-Man fans, I think it's safe to say we are Spider-Man fans as well. We're nerds. But we would have been looking for in the 70s, the 80s, and everything like that. But we knew we couldn't get it. We knew why we couldn't get it, right? Special effects, all that other type of stuff and everything like that. We understood the legal rights and everything, but we made it do what it do with the Spider-Man cartoons that we had, right? And so as my brother Daryl alluded to on Friday, having watched and consumed everybody else's shows, you were looking at, hey, let's get this. Luke Cage is an easy special effect. We got Lou Ferrigno, Incredible Hulk, Bill Bixby. So we could have had Lou Ferrigno. I'm gonna say we could have had a Luke Cage. We didn't get it, right? So we got folks that know martial arts, folks that's in good shape. Wesley Snipes, LL Cool J, talking about a Black Panther movie. I understand why we probably didn't get it right then, because trying to come up with the visual of what Wakanda is supposed to look like, that could be rather intimidating, Afrofuturism and everything like that. I get that and everything. But T'Challa could have been in Hell's Kitchen, i.e. Manhattan, New York. You feel what I'm saying? Because we do have a story that's out there. We don't get that. But you do get Batman all the daggum time. You get Spider-Man all the daggum time. And even with the horseback riding accident and the passing of the late, great Christopher Reeve, you still got Superman. Well, when do we get us with the same care and concern that everybody else? If not the same care and concern, similar care and concern. Well, we don't care like that. And that's an observation that I'm making. We don't care like that. And if we don't care like that, why are we tripping about the studio not caring? That's the realest thing. Why we care like why do we expect the studio to care if we don't care? And if you don't know these characters, you're lying when you say you care. I'm telling you right now, if you don't know these characters, other than what you got from the MCU, then you're lying when you say you care, because these characters do not originate on the big screen. And the fact that you can articulate what you know about a character from someplace else that did not originate on the big screen, but over here with this character, you're blissfully ignorant. Well, if you don't care, you shouldn't expect the studio to care. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. Would say I appreciate that. So yeah, that said, I'm out. Thank y'all so much, man. This has been a blast and everything like that. Go check out the comic book reviews. I'm gonna do my best to get more of that out there, because we really getting ready to approach after Secret Wars, the Ta-Nehisi Coates run of Black Panther. And I really want to get us there because once I get us to the Ta-Nehisi Coates run of Black Panther, I can also then branch off and start doing the Shuri 10-issue limited run as well, because that queen definitely needs her time in the sun. That said, I'm out. Remember the late great Don Cornelius, Chadwick Boseman, whether we agree, disagree, get along, don't get along. You know why we do this. It's for the culture, right? Right. Hit those like buttons. Tell your friends and everything like that. Come subscribe to the channel. And remember the late great Don Cornelius and Chadwick Boseman. We ain't got to agree on everything. Siblings come out the same womb, disagree. Whether we get along or not, hey, life is life. I wish each and every last one of you love, peace, and so we out.